Yo, yo, yo. What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Lamborghini Preem back once again talking this boxing shit. And the topic of this one is my thoughts on who my man Danny Jacobs should fight next. And given the fact that Triple G, because that's who I think he really should fight next is Triple G, but right now after Triple G got fucked out of that win that in his last fight against Canelo, they seem to be really, really close to making the rematch very soon. I expect it to be probably in May. You know, they probably announce in the next month or so and then do it in May. You know how they do. Cinco de Mayo and shit. So with that in mind, Triple G not gonna be available. Neither will my second choice, which would have been Canelo. He won't be available either. So we go to my third choice, which is none other than my man Billy Joe Saunders. And honestly, I think this is a fantastic fight. I feel like Danny Jacobs versus Billy Joe Saunders is a really interesting fight. I still lean towards my man Danny Jacobs to win because, he's a good sized middleweight. He's a little bit more technically sound. He ain't gonna be as flashy as Billy Joe was in his last fight, but I don't think Billy Joe be doing all that showboating and shit against a guy like Danny Jacobs. Danny just too disciplined, you know what I'm saying? And he got a lot of pop, man. And I don't think that Billy Joe necessarily has the power to, keep Danny Jacobs off of him. But he do got the legs, he do got the style, and he was able to outbox my man Chris Eubank, and Eubank throw a lot of punches, man. And that's what makes this fight so interesting because he does have the ability to be able to outbox a Danny Jacobs, but can he realistically outbox a Danny Jacobs? I personally think no, I don't. Just given how the amount of trouble that Danny Jacobs has given everybody basically, but even Triple G. And Triple G to me right now is still on the highest level of middleweights right now. I believe he's at the top. He just beat Canelo. And the fight where he beat Danny Jacobs is debatable as to who won that shit, but either way, he's still, you know what I'm saying? That proves, in my opinion, given Danny Jacobs' resume and Triple G resume, given both of those, that he's still the number one middleweight in the world, the champion as, he's supposed to be. Billy Joe is really good, man, really good. It's an open question as to whether or not he would outbox Triple G. And I think you got to give him a shot in that fight. It's not like before where you just knew he would be mentally beat already before even getting in the ring and just basically waiting to get knocked out on some Tyson shit. But now Billy Joe got confidence. He in shape. I like the pairing of him and Dominic Ingle, because Dominic Ingle seems to come with great game plans, man. Before Kell Brook, before the flip flopping in weight that he was doing, or the yo-yoing, I should say, with his weight that he was doing, before he started doing that shit, man. I mean, before that shit took effect on him, he was looking really, really good in there against Errol Spence, and that really, really, it didn't surprise me because I had picked Kell Brook to win that fight, even though he lost, obviously, but he looked. I was really impressed with the way that they were outboxing Errol Spence, like easy though. It was wild. It was a thing to behold, and then you see the same thing with Billy Joe and David Lemieux, and it's like, okay, these guys, they know they shit, man. They could come up with a game plan for your ass. If the fighter follows that shit and his body able to hold up to that shit, which in Kell's case, it wasn't able to hold up, and in Billy Joe's case, because he was in shape, his body was finally able to hold up on it. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So his corner to me is a great asset that would really, 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 really make this fight close. But Danny Jacobs got a lot of firepower in the corner too over there. He got I'm not exactly sure what his head trainer name is. I'm sorry, right now it escapes me, and I'm not finna go grab my iPad or laptop and none of that shit and start looking shit up right now because it's early as fuck, man. I'm just cooling. Sorry, I mean I got respect for dude. I respect his head trainer. I will find his name and I will acknowledge it in a later video. But right now, it's a wrap. But he also has my man Virgil Hunter. I'm a big fan of Virgil Hunter. Probably one of the smartest men in boxing right now. He has him available to him, and he got Chris Algieri as his nutritionist. But he probably provided a little bit more than that as far as insight goes because Chris Algieri is also a fighter. So he might notice shit that nobody else is necessarily noticing and be able to mention it here and there. I'm sure that happens. And when you got more heads in the game, more eyes than just one set of eyes, it helps a lot. So that's why I think Danny Jacobs evens it out, I mean, Dominic Ingle got his father, Brendan Ingle, and I'm sure a lot of those fighters over there are doing the same thing, but it's it just all makes this fight very, very interesting and something I think could also be given Danny Jacobs background story. Man, I believe this could be a mega fight. They could sell this shit heavy. You know what I mean? They're going to sell it along the usual lines, unfortunately. Which, that's the kind of shit that, I ain't around for that shit. It's a part of the game, but I ain't around for that shit personally, But they can also, it's just so many levels, Billy Joe being the champion, Danny Jacobs feeling like he won a Triple G fight. All of these things can be spun, and both of these gentlemen, being in line and both, in my opinion, equally yoked when it comes to, where they are as far as being able to demand a Triple G fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like whoever wins the Canelo Triple G fight, one of these guys should be their next fight. And it would only be right if these guys fought each other. It just seemed to me like you can get a big money fight right now in lieu of a bigger money fight against a bigger tougher challenge. But that's just my thoughts on this shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna get back to y'all, but before I go, I just want to say if you fuck with me, make sure you check out my all new album. It's My Turn, the Throne Ascension LP. It's a motherfucking classic, and it's available everywhere records. So you know what I mean. You can get it Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. What the fuck is this shit? Tidal, fucking Pandora, everywhere. My shit everywhere like broken glass, baby. Fuck with me one time. I'm out here. 100.